The power of imagination. A footballer, the teacher sneered, her voice dripping with sarcasm. You can't even walk properly, and you think you can become a footballer? How utterly absurd. He had been called to the front, his chest puffed with an innocent pride, expecting a nod of approval. But as he stood there, the teacher's mocking gaze bore into him, turning his moment of courage into one of humiliation. When the teacher had asked each student to write about their future, the answers were as expected: doctor, engineer, pilot, businessman. Safe, predictable dreams, but Steve had dared to write something different, something that set his soul ablaze. I want to become a footballer. The laughter of his classmates echoed in his ears, but something inside Steve refused to break. He realized, right then, that the problem with imagination is sharing it with the wrong people. If you want to kill your dream, tell it to a small-minded person. He thought. His teacher couldn't see his dream because it wasn't her dream to see. God didn't put it in her imagination, He put it in Steve's. The sting of the teacher's words still fresh, Steve walked back to his seat, his head held high. He was reminded of the words of Muhammad Ali, the legendary boxing champion who had once declared, "The man who has no imagination has no wings." Steve knew this truth deep in his bones because everything in this world, every achievement, every invention, had once existed only in the boundless space of someone's imagination. The iPhone, that was Steve Jobs' dream. The airplane, the Wright brothers dared to imagine it. And Steve was no different. He was determined to transform his dream into reality, no matter how ridiculous it seemed to others. But life didn't make it easy. Steve's legs were weak, his body frail, and even the simplest tasks were a struggle. Yet, his imagination was his fortress, his sanctuary. Every day, he visualized himself on the football field, not just running but soaring, scoring goals as the crowd chanted his name. Your real life is in your imagination, he would remind himself, echoing the wisdom of Albert Einstein, who believed that imagination is everything, it is the preview of life's coming attractions. However, the trials of life were relentless. The humiliation from his teacher was only the beginning. Steve found himself living in a car for long years, homeless and grappling with despair. Twice, he lost everything he owned, yet never did he lose sight of his dream. In the darkest moments, when the world seemed to conspire against him, Steve clung to his imagination like a lifeline, dreaming of the day he would defy all odds and become the greatest footballer the world had ever seen. And then, one day, it happened. The years of struggle, the nights of dreaming, the countless moments of resilience. They all converged into a single, triumphant moment. Steve, once ridiculed for his impossible dream, became the most celebrated footballer of his time. His name became synonymous with strength, power, and unparalleled skill. Your imagination is the evidence of things not seen. You are the only one who could see it. So all the stuff you imagine was not some wishful thinking. When you imagine something, it's actually God, showing you the preview of the coming attractions He has for you. So why do you keep imagining a second home, a business empire, or to run global donation organization? Because God placed those dreams in your heart for a reason. They are not mere fantasies, they are premonitions of the greatness that awaits you. Never let anyone tell you that you can't achieve what you see in your mind. Keep dreaming, keep imagining, and above all, keep believing in the power within you. Because that dream, it's not just a fleeting thought, it's your destiny. And it's waiting for you to bring it to life.